Mama, tell me, did you come through as pure gold?
You kick it like the benefactor's benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you...
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll run on first down. Cassidy. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Kaepernick. Flush to his right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. They'll wind up losing 11 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. James. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. James. Trying to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a big play there for the Broncos. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Out to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Williams. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Javonte Williams. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. McManus's point after is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Here's James. Off the play fake. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. A big play there for Carolina. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. To throw is James. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. DJ Moore. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Point after here coming up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. These two teams all tied after 1. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Kaepernick going to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
He had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. James. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, James. He finds the speedster Ross. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. Got a man open. It's Ross. Touchdown, Panthers. John Ross, 28 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Kaepernick. And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a big play there for the Broncos. Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Being chased out left. And Gordon's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Boy, a lot of moving parts on this play, but what a nice design to leak the running back out to the left and send him down the field. And a good job spotting him and hitting him for a big play.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Kaepernick was looking to throw, but then it became decision time. And when he saw they had room to run, he made the right decision to pull it down there, and he winds up picking up the first down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw. James. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final shot before break. James. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And got his man complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Sly on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, James. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
James, off play action, forced out to his left, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind, and we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. Steps away. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's brought down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll run it with Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and that will tie our game here in the third. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. Good footwork at the 30. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. James. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
James now off the play fake, eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. Back to throw. James. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up?
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown able to get him for a loss of about 3. Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. They're going to look to throw. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On first down, Cassidy powers through. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open, that's a good start for him.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Cassidy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Kaepernick now on first down. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos have broken the tie. Extra point from McManus is good, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up second down. Looking to throw. James. Throw left side complete. That's Arnold.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 78 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. James. There's Trimble, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now James to throw on second down. And that is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And this is caught. He hits Moore. Touchdown. DJ Moore. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. He's got Gordon, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Kaepernick to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Here's James. Off play action. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. From the gun, James. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Brian Burns came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back to throw. Kaepernick. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. James. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Delano Hill. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
To throw is Kaepernick. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Kaepernick. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it, because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses, because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A huge play there in overtime. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone. This thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this thing is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And this will be caught. Touchdown. They needed overtime to get it done, but put this one in the win column. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know, people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Panthers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.